There it was, Karen's shiny black SUV, sinking nose first into the muddy pond on my farm. She shrieked like her life was ending, while I sat calmly in my excavator, sipping hot coffee. Now, you're probably wondering, why would a farmer sink a neighbor's car? Stick around. This story is unforgettable. I was born and raised on this farm. My dad worked this land before me, and his father before him. We grow hay, keep cattle, raise chickens, nothing glamorous, but honest, steady work. The mornings here start with roosters crowing, cows mooing, and sunlight stretching across open fields. No traffic jams, no bosses, no HOA meetings. Just peace, dirt under your boots, and the kind of freedom city folks only dream about. For decades, that peace was unbroken. No one told us what color barns should be, how short our grass needed to stay, or whether our tractors looked aesthetic. But then the developers came. They bulldozed a cornfield, slapped in cul-de-sacs, and called it Meadowbrook Estates. With the shiny houses came something else too, the HOA. And at the center of it all, one woman who would test my patience like never before. Her name was Karen Thompson, though she liked to call herself the lifestyle chairwoman of Meadowbrook. I first met her at the farmer's market. I was selling eggs and honey. She wrinkled her nose, looked at my jars and said, "Quaint, but don't you think the presentation could be elevated?" "Elevated? Lady, these are eggs. They come out of chickens. No elevating needed." I stayed polite, but I saw the smirk in her eyes. That was just the appetizer. A week later, I found a glossy pamphlet in my mailbox. It wasn't advertising pest control. No, it was from Karen's HOA. It invited me to their beautification program. At the bottom, in her handwriting, it read, "Your farm is the first thing visitors see. Please raise your standards." Translation: my barn didn't match her Instagram feed. That was my first taste of HOA Karen. And trust me, it was just the... Soon, HOA inspectors started lurking near my fences, clipboards in hand, snapping pictures of my cows. One told me he was documenting nuisances. Nuisances? They moo. That's literally their job. Karen herself wasn't any better. Almost every day she drove past my farm, rolled down her window, and yelled, "Suggestions. Repaint the barn. Red would be more pleasing. Stack your hay bales neater. They look sloppy. My yoga group would love to use your pond." Each time, I waved, smiled, and bit my tongue. But patience only works when the other side has boundaries. And Karen didn't have any. One morning, I even found a fake violation notice taped to my barn. No paint. Improper storage of farm equipment. She thought tractors lowered her community curb appeal. That's when I realized Karen didn't see my farm as private property. She saw it as an extension of her HOA kingdom. And she was ready to claim it. Then came her biggest stunt yet. I woke up one morning, and there it was, Karen's shiny SUV, parked smack in the middle of my hay road. First, I thought it broke down. Nope, she was just sitting in the driver's seat, scrolling her phone. "Morning, Karen," I said. "You know this is my driveway, right?" She smirked. "Technically, it's unused rural access, and under municipal code, I can park here. It's community land." Community land. She invented a law on the spot. I warned her, "Move it, or I'll move it for you." She rolled her window up. "Go ahead. You'll hear from my lawyer." And she left it there, for 3 straight days, blocking my tractor. Worse, she bragged to her HOA friends about her new overflow parking solution. They even posed for selfies with her SUV on my farm. That was the moment I knew Karen wasn't just trespassing. She was declaring war. If the SUV was bad, the brunch was worse. One Saturday, I stepped outside with coffee in hand and nearly dropped the mug. A giant white event tent sat by my pond. Tables were covered in pastel cloth. People in yoga pants stretched on mats across my hayfield. Ducks pecked at their hair while cows mooed at the chaos. At the center, Karen, sun hat on, glass of wine in hand. "Welcome to Meadowbrook's first farm-to-table brunch," she announced. I marched down. "Karen, what the hell is this? She waved me off. Relax. We're honoring your heritage. Look, your farm is the perfect backdrop. Perfect backdrop? My chickens were attacking their yoga mats. Then came the kicker. She leaned in and said, change is coming whether you like it or not. If you don't cooperate, the city will rezone your land. Best to adapt now. That wasn't brunch. That was a threat. That night, I sat on my porch staring at her SUV still sitting on my hay road, glinting like a trophy of arrogance. My dad always said patience is a farmer's strongest tool. But he also said sometimes you put your boot down. And that's when the idea hit me. See, my pond isn't just a pond. It's deep, muddy, and soft around the edges. Step too close and it'll swallow your boots. Or maybe an SUV. I fired up my excavator under the moonlight. Its bucket arm hissed like a beast waking up. Slowly, I loosened the soil near the bank. Just enough to make it look solid. By morning, the trap was ready. If Karen wanted a parking spot on my land, I'd give her one she'd never forget. Sure enough, the next day, Karen returned, HOA army in tow. SUVs, golf carts, even a megaphone. She parked her black SUV right by the pond. Smug as ever. Much better view here, she said. I started up the excavator. Its roar cut through the morning air. Karen scoffed. Really? That toy again? Think you can scare us with farm equipment? I grinned. Not scared. Facilitate. I nudged the dirt behind her SUV. The ground looked solid, but underneath it was mush. The back tires sank an inch. Then two. Karen panicked. She ran to the car, started the engine, and floored it. Mud sprayed. The SUV slid forward, nose dipping toward the pond. The HOA crowd screamed. Clipboards flew. One guy dropped his phone straight into the muck. And me? I just sipped coffee in the cab of my excavator, calm as a Sunday sunrise. By noon, half the SUV was underwater. Karen shrieked, mascara running, threatening lawsuits, screaming at deputies when they arrived. But the sheriff took one look at my deed and shook his head. Ma'am, this is private property. He warned you. This is trespassing. Her insurance company laughed her off too. Vehicles parked illegally on farmland? Claim denied. The SUV became a viral video. Farmers, neighbors, even teenagers on dirt bikes came to watch the sinking. Karen? She packed up and left. In the end, it wasn't just about a car. It was about boundaries. Land, legacy, respect, they matter. When someone crosses your line, you don't always fight with fists. Sometimes you fight with patience, creativity, and a well-placed excavator. So, tell me, what would you have done?